do first is carve all of these bowl bits and put pins in them and paint them black, and then when that's done I'll show you how to start putting them in. While the bits are drying, the two big bits are going to be put in either side of the hole, and then the 6 smaller bits are going to be put in along here, one there, and one at the end. What we'll do now is inserting the beakhead frames, making sure they're straight, and then we're going to paint them black and also make sure they're level. As you can see, the bits are all stuck into position, and so are the frames. I'm now going to paint everything black, and when that's done we're going to start putting on the beakhead rails. What I've done is shape the notches to go with the shape of the moulding. Shape this flat as well, so it's a nice little triangle. Now what we're going to do is actually glue this on like this, and then resting against the frames to this point, and I'm going to do that on both sides, and after that I'm going to show you how you put on the end bits that go up here to the bulwark. Right, so I've now put in the other end, which goes from the end of this lining to the bulwark cap, and then that's that. And now I've got to finish putting these in because these frames don't touch yet. Head in place. I'm going to put in these mouldings, which go like this. I have to curve them around a bit and glue them in until it's in place, and then after that we're going to put in 2x2mm strips to go from here all the way down to here. It's just nice and simple. And then when that's done, we're done. As you can see, we've used a 2x2mm strips and added the details on. What we're going to do now is complete the other side with these 2x2 strips, and when that's done we're going to paint the whole thing black and then start fitting the eye bolts. Okay, so I've now finished constructing and painting the beakhead. As you can see, it's come out quite nicely. Painted everything. What we have to do now is place another one of these balusters. We're going to have to cut it in half and then place it on this side here where the notch is, and then once that's glued in we're going to start fitting the eye bolts. There are multiple eye bolts that need to be fitted, and the ones that need to be placed is there needs to be 2 going diagonally down here on these balusters, not balusters, sorry, bits, and then 1 over here on the roundhouse on the other side, and then 2 right on the tip here of the keel. And once that's done we're going to actually start putting the top here, start making the upper bit of the beakhead. Make a grating that looks like this. This is what we're going to cut the grating out of. So I'm going to dip this in diluted glue and let it dry. And then we're going to make this as shown here, like that, nice and simple. As you can see, the decoration's been fitted as well. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to do the grating, which is just drying, and after that we're gonna go back to where we were, and I believe that's making the adding the balusters and the mizzen chainwales, because these are the things I've still got left to do, and then finish off the mizzen yards, the cannons and companionways, the poop deck ladders, so all this area as well. So I've got a lot of work to do, but yeah, I'm glad the progress I've made here. Only took me about 4 hours to do all this. So next, once the actual parts of the gratings are dry, I'm gonna cut this out of it and then add some 2x3 planks around it using black planks I've painted to make it like this. Once that's done, I'll show you it and then we'll put it on. You can see we're making the chain rails as we have done before. These are the chain rails. This is a finished one. We got another one like this and then 2 more small ones. Gonna finish these off, and while these dry, because they do take a while, I'm gonna start building the deck guns. I'm going to build 6 of these, and then once they're built, I'm going to show you how we're going to start rigging them. So I've built the 6 cannons. All I've got to do is touch up the hinges and other parts with some black paint, and the grating, I've just got to sand these bits flush and sand this bit as well, and paint the missing bits black. And then with the 12mm test dowel, I'm going to sand a ridge through the middle, because this grating is going to go in here so it can actually slot in. So I have to have a little ridge sanding in on here, and then we're going to install it in here, this gap right here. So that's all we have to do, and then after that we're going to start actually rigging these deck guns. The rigging, we're going to have to make 12 of these blocks and 6 of these. After I've done those, we'll actually start rigging it. It's quite similar to what we've done in these bottom ones. So yeah, I'll get started on that now. This is what a fully rigged cannon looks like. We're now going to have to drill holes on either side of the portholes, and then put the eye bolts in the holes. And then when that's done, we'll tighten everything together. As you can see, I have one side fully rigged and the other half I've still got to do, but it takes a while and it's quite tiring, so I'm going to do the other half after I've done the companionway here. First I have to make this ladder, which is like these parts here, and then I'm going to put the ladder in and line the outside with strips. You can see the openings lined, ladders in, and 4 of the pillars are in place. We're now using 1x5mm strip to make railings on the edge, and that's about it. We're gonna then continue to rig the other side of the cannons. It should take a while, but oh well. As you can see, all the cannons are rigged. Let's move the light. All the cannons are rigged. What we're going to do now is start making the poop deck ladders. We're we're going to first start by making this little platform for the stairs using 4x4 and 2x5 strips, and then painting them black and putting them in. And I'm also going to make 2 of these ladders to come to the height, but I'm going to show you that in a bit. I'll stuck the ladders on and put the 2 handrails in place. They have to make them out of wire like that, and then glue them on. As you can see, these are the finished railings. I'm now just going to repeat this on the other side, and then we'll move on, I believe, to putting more details onto the deck. We're now literally up to date. The only thing I need to do is the balusters at the back. I'll do them when I have a bit more time. What we'll do now is finishing off the bow bulwarks. What I'm going to do is sand this edge so it's 3mm from the end, and then put these snatch and pulleys on, and paint it all black. And then these balls here, I'm not actually going to add them in, but apart from that, that's it. And I believe we're moving on to stage 87 after that now. Okay, so we now have to start by making these 3 gratings and this piece of wood here. So the 3 gratings are finished. I've quite a lot to get through. This is the base for the chimney, this is the chimney. I'm going to stick these 2 together, paint the base black, and I'm going to stick the grates on here, as shown, like this. And then when they're on, we'll put the chimney in, and then we'll add 3 more eye bolts around the main front mast, sorry. And then that will be it. We'll be moving on to the quarterdeck details. You can see everything's put in place now. Now what we're going to have to do is put the 3 eye bolts in here, and then we're going to have to start making the gratings for this bit. But I'm not going to do that yet, as I need to first I need to make this hole bigger so I can actually fit the main mast in, because I had problems with this main mast hole being a little to the left, I believe, so the mast wasn't straight, but the foremast and the mizzen mast are, so I'm going to have to move the positioning about and make the holes bigger. But apart from that, after I've done that, I will start making these gratings and putting them in, so it's nice and simple like we've done before. And then after that, I'll show you that one that's finished, and then we should be making compass binnacle apparently, and just random eye bolts and things like that. Interesting. It's looking very nice though. And then chain wheels. So yeah, I'll see you in a second when I finish that. These back gratings are now in. Now I'm going to fit 4 eye bolts here, and behind each cannon on this deck, 12mm behind, we're going to insert a mini eye bolt and a ring behind them. And then after that we're going to start making the deck binnacles, compass binnacle, sorry.